Chosen one, understand this clearly. Nothing God releases works randomly. There is a mechanism behind it, a structure, instructions, and timing. When God said he will strike tonight, it wasn't emotion, it was order. What's coming will move fast, but it will only stay if you know how to carry it. You need to know this because blessings without understanding become burdens. There are ways to recognize what's opening, ways to respond, and ways to stay aligned so you don't block what's being released. Silence, discernment, obedience, and patience are not optional right now. They are instructions. This moment is not just about receiving gifts, it's about embracing them correctly. Stay attentive, stay connected, and learn the structure behind the shift. Those who understand the mechanism don't just experience the move, they sustain it. Before we dive into this life-changing message, take a moment to pause this video and do three things. Hit that like button, subscribe to stay aligned, and leave a comment with the number 99. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this video. Why sacred days and sacred nights operate differently. Every sacred day in the universe carries a vibration that the human soul can resonate with. People exchange gifts, share blessings, and celebrate milestones, but not all receive what the divine has reserved for them. Sacred nights, however, operate on a completely different level. These are not merely moments in time. They are portals where the veil between the material world and the divine is thin, where God's plans move quietly but powerfully, preparing to transform the chosen. On sacred nights, ordinary rules of time and space shift. What normally takes years to unfold can happen in hours. Our human minds often fail to comprehend this acceleration. But the soul attuned to divine rhythm feels it deeply. These nights are sacred because God works beyond the limitations of our perception, pouring blessings and spiritual gifts into the lives of those ready to receive them. Consider this. While humans exchange tangible gifts with love and intention, God's gifts are beyond measure. They are timeless, spiritual, and eternal. They cannot be bought, earned, or fully seen with the eyes. They are sensed in the heart and felt in the soul. Understanding this difference is the first step toward receiving the divine flow that is reserved for the chosen one tonight. Night has always been a time of mystery, reflection, and renewal. Darkness is not emptiness. It is a canvas on which God paints his most profound work. When we sleep, our conscious mind rests, but our soul awakens to a higher rhythm. God chooses the night because it allows transformation to occur in a hidden sacred space, free from distraction, where the energies of heaven can work unopposed. This is not just poetic imagery. Scientifically, the body and mind undergo cycles during sleep that optimize repair, growth, and renewal. Spiritually, these cycles mirror what God orchestrates on a higher plane, shedding old patterns, healing unseen wounds, and planting seeds of power and purpose that will bloom in waking life. The night becomes a laboratory of divine alchemy, turning the ordinary into extraordinary, the mortal into eternal. Examples abound in sacred texts and human history where night was the chosen moment for revelation and transformation. Moses encountered God in the quiet of the desert night. Jesus retreated to pray through the night. Countless saints and seekers have experienced life-altering visions during the darkness. Tonight, for the chosen one, this sacred timing is not by chance. It is meticulously designed to unlock gifts that no sunlight can reveal. The science of sacred sleep and accelerated change sleep is not merely rest. It is a bridge between the conscious and the divine. Modern neuroscience tells us that during deep sleep, the brain processes, organizes, and integrates experiences while the body repairs and rejuvenates. Spiritually, this is mirrored in what God orchestrates for the chosen, accelerated transformation, where divine energy reshapes patterns, strengthens resolve, and awakens latent potential. During sacred nights, the sleep cycle itself adapts. The chosen one experiences shorter yet profoundly intense cycles where spiritual insights, energy infusions, and divine guidance occur almost instantly. Imagine the body and soul operating in harmony with a divine rhythm where every moment, every heartbeat is synchronized to the universe's sacred pulse. It is a profound reminder that God works differently on a scale far beyond human understanding. In practical terms, this means tonight, while the world sleeps in ordinary patterns, the chosen one's soul is experiencing extraordinary acceleration. When divine intervention merges perfectly with natural law, creating a transformation that is both miraculous and tangible. Why transformation often begins during sleep, divine operations are active. Transformation requires surrender. We cannot force it while clinging to the past or resisting change. Sleep provides this surrender naturally. As the body rests and the conscious mind fades, the soul becomes receptive to divine instruction, guidance, and power. Tonight, the chosen one will enter this sacred space, allowing God to initiate profound change without interference. During these moments, old habits, doubts, and fears are released effortlessly. Spiritual youth is awakened like a hidden fire within, radiating light through the body and mind. Healing, protection, and clarity become infused into every cell. Every decision, thought, and emotion is aligned toward higher purpose. This is why sacred nights of sleep are more than rest. They are workshops of divine evolution. Even in daily life, many experience subtle signs of this sudden clarity, unexpected solutions, or deep emotional healing that feels almost instantaneous. Tonight, however, these effects will be magnified. The chosen one is being prepared for not just small victories, but life-altering gifts that will change destiny, not just for themselves, but for those around them. The night is alive with divine activity. Though invisible to human eyes, the energies are tangible to the soul. Angels guard, spirits align, and God's presence orchestrates events that will ripple across reality. Tonight, these divine operations are not random. They are precise, intentional, and designed specifically for the chosen one. Think of it like a grand cosmic machine where every movement, every energy pulse is calibrated to produce spiritual abundance and growth. Gifts that have waited for the perfect moment are being delivered. These are gifts not of material wealth, but of inner strength, vision, clarity, and eternal power. They shape the soul, guide the mind, and open doors that previously seemed unreachable. For the chosen one, tonight is a sacred unveiling. Divine currents flow in a pattern that cannot be disturbed by ordinary noise, distraction, or negativity. It is a night where even the smallest actions remaining clean, in thought, heart, and spirit, can amplify the impact of God's gifts exponentially. This is a night of extraordinary potential, a night where destiny is rewritten. God's intervention is never chaotic. It is always perfectly timed. Tonight, the chosen one experiences what few do, an intimate, direct interaction with divine will. This is not a metaphorical gift, but a realignment of every spiritual and physical aspect of the soul. It is a moment where the impossible becomes possible, where limitations fall away, and the divine becomes tangible in every breath, every heartbeat. Imagine standing in a river of light so powerful that it washes away fear, doubt, and old pain. That is what God's movement feels like tonight. It is as if every prayer you have ever whispered, every act of patience and faith converges into a single, unstoppable wave of blessings and gifts. These are not ordinary gifts. They are the essence of divine love, protection, and empowerment flowing directly into your life. Tonight is a threshold. To step through it, the chosen one must remain spiritually alert, avoid negative energies, and embrace the sacred process. Every alignment, every act of faith, every moment of surrender allows God to pour these gifts with full power, ensuring that the transformation is complete, lasting, and eternal. How divine gifts differ from human gifts and the spiritual mechanism. Behind God's rewards, human gifts are tangible, finite, and limited by understanding. They are given with love, intention, and sometimes obligation, but they are bound by material constraints. Divine gifts, however, transcend the physical. They are infinite, eternal, and timeless. They touch the soul, reshape destiny, and unlock potential that is beyond worldly measurement. While a human gift can be opened and used, a divine gift awakens within you, often without immediate recognition. It might appear as insight, courage, spiritual youth, or the ability to see the infinite potential in yourself and others. Unlike material gifts which can fade or be lost, divine gifts grow stronger with use, becoming a guiding force throughout life. For example, the gift of eternal rebirth allows the chosen one to shed old limitations, while the gift of manifestation aligns desire with God's will. Each gift is both protective and empowering, equipping the chosen one not just for survival, but for thriving in alignment with divine purpose. Understanding the difference is crucial because these gifts require faith, path. Imagine a clockwork universe where every event, thought, and interaction is a cog designed to produce growth, clarity, and divine gifts. This is how God's rewards unfold. The mechanism is subtle but powerful. It involves aligning the soul with divine rhythm, maintaining purity of thought, and staying receptive to guidance. Every positive intention, act of faith, and moment of gratitude becomes a channel for God's energy to flow. In this way, rewards are not simply given, they are co-created, a collaboration between the human spirit and divine will. Practically, this means the chosen one may experience sudden clarity, protection, or insight at moments that seem coincidental, but are in reality divinely orchestrated. The spiritual mechanism ensures that gifts arrive when they are most needed, fully prepared to catalyze transformation, growth, and contribution to the world. When God smiles upon the chosen one, blessings do not come singly. They arrive in multiplicity, layered and interconnected. One gift unlocks another. One insight leads to countless opportunities. This cascading effect is the hallmark of divine generosity, an abundance that cannot be measured by human standards. For instance, spiritual youth protects and heals, while the ability to perceive infinite potential guides actions that benefit not just oneself but others. Eternal rebirth frees the soul to embrace new possibilities, while manifestation allows alignment with divine will. Each gift enhances the other, creating a network of blessings that strengthen every aspect of life. This principle teaches us that divine intervention is holistic. God does not reward in fragments, He transforms. The chosen one receives a full spectrum of gifts that together create an unstoppable momentum, equipping them to navigate life's challenges and contribute meaningfully to society. Within every human being lies dormant potential, waiting for activation. Most people never realize these gifts because they are distracted, disconnected, or unaware of their spiritual inheritance. They remain trapped in the cycle of ordinary existence, blind to the extraordinary within. The chosen one, however, is prepared to awaken these hidden treasures. Tonight, God will uncover latent abilities, intellectual, spiritual, and inherited, that have been quietly waiting for this moment. These are the gifts that shape destiny. The insight to perceive truth, the courage to act with integrity, and the spiritual strength to overcome obstacles. History is full of individuals who discovered their hidden gifts at critical moments. Saints, visionaries, and leaders whose lives transformed because they recognized what lay within. Tonight, the chosen one joins this lineage, stepping into the fullness of their potential with divine guidance and protection. Hidden treasures, revealed, spiritual, and inherited gifts. Some gifts are passed down, encoded in spirit or bloodline, waiting for the moment of revelation. Others are spiritual endowments placed by God for a specific purpose. Tonight, these treasures converge, activating simultaneously to empower the chosen one beyond imagination. The revelation of these gifts is not accidental. It is meticulously timed by God, ensuring that each ability, whether intuitive perception, healing energy, or manifestation power, is unlocked at the perfect moment for maximum effect. The chosen one will feel this awakening deep within, as if a light has been switched on in a previously darkened room. Consider this a divine unveiling where every hidden treasure aligns with life's mission. The chosen one will not only benefit personally, but also become a conduit for positive change in society, touching countless lives through the ripple effect of these newly discovered spiritual and inherited gifts. Spiritual youth versus physical age. What truly controls vitality age is a human measurement limited to the physical body. Spiritual youth, however, is eternal. It resides in the soul, flowing through every cell, every thought, every action. Tonight, the chosen one will experience this vitality in full force, the energy to heal, protect, and create without the constraints of chronological time. This gift ensures that while the body may show signs of aging, the spirit remains vibrant, agile, and radiant. It fuels courage, wisdom, and resilience. It reminds the chosen one that true power lies not in appearance or external markers, but in the eternal strength of the soul, which governs life far more than the body ever could. Examples abound in spiritual literature. Prophets, saints, and enlightened beings who retained remarkable vitality, insight, and purpose long beyond the years most would consider feasible. Purpose. This is not a physical star, but a spiritual signature that reflects the chosen one's eternal essence, illuminating their path and inspiring all who witness their journey. This star connects directly to spiritual youth, signaling that while life is fleeting, the soul's light is timeless. It glows as a reminder of God's love, protection, and guidance, reinforcing that the chosen one is never alone, never unseen, and never without divine direction. The eternal star also serves as a beacon for others, demonstrating the possibilities of spiritual awakening and divine alignment. It is both a personal gift and a universal sign, a guiding light that connects heaven and earth through the chosen one's life and actions. The guardian gift, how divine protection activates from within protection, is not merely external, it begins within. Tonight, the chosen one will feel an internal fortification, a shield of energy that guards against negativity, doubt, and spiritual interference. This guardian gift is subtle yet powerful, operating silently to preserve the soul's integrity. It works in tandem with other divine gifts, ensuring that every blessing, youth, rebirth, manifestation, and vision is safeguarded. Even before the mind consciously recognizes danger, the soul responds, creating a harmonious balance between awareness and divine defense. History provides countless examples. Individuals who, despite facing overwhelming adversity, remained unscathed because unseen forces guided, protected, and intervened. Tonight, the chosen one receives this same sacred protection, allowing gifts to flow freely and purpose to unfold unhindered. Angels are not myth. They are divine emissaries sent to guide, protect, and serve God's will. Tonight, as the chosen one undergoes spiritual transformation, angels surround and guard every step, ensuring the journey is safe, swift, and aligned with destiny. This guarding is active, intelligent, and responsive. Angels adjust to circumstances, removing obstacles, creating opportunities, and ensuring that divine gifts manifest fully. Their presence amplifies the power of spiritual youth, eternal rebirth, and manifestation, making every moment of tonight sacred and potent. Ultimately, angelic guarding ensures that transformation is complete. It allows the chosen one to receive all gifts, awaken hidden potential, and step into a life of purpose and divine alignment. As the night concludes, the soul emerges renewed, protected, and fully equipped to fulfill God's plan. Divine favor is not just a gift, it is a profound shift in identity. When God chooses a soul, the mind begins to perceive reality differently. Thoughts that once seemed impossible now feel attainable, and limitations that once bound the heart dissolve. This shift is not merely emotional, it is psychological. The chosen one starts to recognize a higher self emerging, a version of them designed for purpose, resilience, and extraordinary impact. This transformation is deeply internal. The chosen one no longer measures worth by worldly standards, wealth, status, or recognition, but by alignment with divine will. Identity becomes rooted in eternity rather than time, in spirit rather than flesh. The mind begins to operate differently, seeing opportunities and challenges and growth in every situation. Psychologists and spiritual teachers alike note that identity shifts are the gateway to manifesting potential. When a person perceives themselves as chosen, their brain and soul respond to that narrative, creating neurological pathways and spiritual alignments that reinforce their new reality. This is why divine favor is transformative on every level: mind, body, and spirit. Ultimately, the psychology of divine favor means that blessings are not just given, they are integrated. The chosen one does not just receive gifts, they become a person equipped to hold, nurture, and channel those gifts into a purpose-filled life. Divine favor changes not only what the soul experiences, but who the soul becomes. The vision upgrade: learning to see beyond human limits. The human eye sees the world in layers, but the divine eye sees the infinite potential beneath the surface. Tonight, the chosen one receives a vision upgrade: the ability to perceive truth, possibility, and spiritual alignment beyond ordinary comprehension. This new sight transforms not only what is seen, but how life itself is understood. With this upgraded vision comes clarity. Where others see obstacles, the chosen one sees opportunities. Where others see failure, they see lessons and hidden paths. This vision is not navigate this expanded awareness with humility and love. Finally, vision beyond human limits allows for true impact. With eyes attuned to the infinite, the chosen one can inspire change, nurture growth, and guide others toward divine alignment. This gift connects the individual to a higher plane of consciousness, where life is experienced as a web of interconnected purpose. Spiritual discernment: seeing potential instead of limitation. The chosen one develops spiritual discernment, a divine ability to see what is possible rather than what seems impossible. This discernment changes the perception of life itself. People and situations are no longer judged by limitations, but by the potential they contain, allowing the chosen one to act with wisdom and vision. Discernment is an inner compass. It guides choices, filters distractions, and illuminates paths that ordinary minds cannot perceive. Spiritually, it is akin to having a lighthouse in a stormy sea. The chosen one can navigate through uncertainty with confidence. Knowing divine guidance lights the way. Examples of discernment abound in history. Leaders who saw potential in others before it became visible. Healers who recognized unseen spiritual dynamics, and visionaries who shaped society through insight rather than force. The chosen one is now equipped with the same capability magnified by divine favor. This gift transforms interactions and decisions. Instead of reacting to limitations or fear, the chosen one approaches life with hope, vision, and the ability to activate potential both in themselves and in those around them. Spiritual discernment becomes a key instrument of divine service. Vision is not merely a gift, it is a responsibility. With the ability to see beyond human limitations comes the duty to act with wisdom, compassion, and intentionality. Every thought, decision, and action carries weight because the chosen one's awareness now shapes the world around them. This responsibility also extends to self-mastery. Seeing potential in others is meaningless without seeing the truth within oneself. The chosen one must maintain spiritual clarity, emotional balance, and alignment with God to ensure that vision manifests as constructive, transformative energy rather than ego-driven action. In practical terms, this means that divine vision can be a double-edged sword. Without careful stewardship, insight may overwhelm or lead to misjudgment. But when aligned with divine purpose, it becomes a force that reshapes lives, catalyzes growth, and inspires others to awaken to their own potential. Ultimately, the responsibility of vision underscores the sacred partnership between the chosen one and God. Gifts are not merely received, they are wielded, nurtured, and multiplied. Awareness becomes action, insight becomes impact, and vision becomes a conduit for divine purpose. Eternal rebirth as a continuous spiritual process. Eternal rebirth is more than a singular event. It is a continuous spiritual journey. The chosen one learns to shed old patterns, release limiting beliefs, and embrace new ways of thinking, feeling, and acting. Each rebirth strengthens the spirit, expands consciousness, and aligns the soul more deeply with divine will. Unlike ordinary change, which is often linear and gradual, eternal rebirth is dynamic and expansive. The chosen one experiences transformation in cycles. Every challenge, every lesson, every moment of surrender becomes an opportunity for renewal. Each rebirth brings greater power, clarity, and purpose. Spiritually, eternal rebirth allows the soul to remain unburdened by the past. Mistakes, regrets, and old fears are not erased, they are transcended. This liberation is essential for the manifestation of divine gifts, as it ensures the chosen one can act freely and boldly in alignment with destiny. Finally, eternal rebirth is empowering. The chosen one discovers that life is not a finite path but a continuum of growth. Each step forward is infused with divine energy, making every action, choice, and moment an opportunity to embody higher purpose and inspire those around them. Clinging to the past limits spiritual potential. The chosen one learns that release is not loss, it is liberation. By letting go of old patterns, fears, and regrets, the soul opens to the full influx of divine energy, allowing gifts to manifest without obstruction. The past, while a teacher, can become a prison if held too tightly. Letting go is an act of courage, faith, and wisdom. It signals to God and the universe that the chosen one is ready to receive, grow, and step fully into purpose. Ultimately, letting go of the past transforms life itself. It ensures that divine gifts are not diluted by old patterns, allowing the chosen one to operate at full capacity, fully aligned and fully empowered by God's presence. Divine what it means. When change happens. Without external effort, change does not always require human exertion. Often the chosen one experiences transformation effortlessly because God works from within. This type of change is profound. It occurs at the core of being restructuring mind, body, and spirit simultaneously. When change happens without struggle, it signals alignment. The chosen one's soul, heart, and intentions are in harmony with divine will. Patterns shift, insight emerges, and gifts activate naturally. It is a reminder that surrender, faith, and spiritual purity amplify the effects of divine intervention. This effortless transformation also inspires trust. The chosen one begins to recognize that life is guided, not chaotic, that timing is divine, and that every experience, whether joyful or challenging, is orchestrated for growth and purpose. Ultimately, change without effort teaches a profound truth. Power does not always come through struggle, but through alignment. When the chosen one aligns with God, the impossible unfolds naturally, effortlessly, and beautifully. This is not ordinary favor. Heaven is responding personally. When the chosen one reaches perfect alignment with God, limitations dissolve. What once seemed unattainable becomes possible, and the impossible becomes ordinary. This state is not about personal power. It is about divine empowerment flowing through a receptive, faithful soul. In this state, every challenge is met with wisdom. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity, and every desire aligns seamlessly with purpose. Time, energy, and circumstances bend to the flow of divine will, creating a reality where miracles feel natural and effortless. Examples abound of saints, prophets, and visionaries whose alignment with God allowed them to accomplish extraordinary feats. Healing, insight, and creation flowed through them because they had surrendered ego and aligned fully with divine purpose. Tonight, the chosen one enters this sacred state. Being aligned with God is both liberation and responsibility. It is a state where nothing remains impossible, but it also demands integrity, faith, and humility. The chosen one now operates on a plane where divine favor transforms every thought, action, and opportunity into a conduit for higher purpose. Some nights are ordinary, but tonight is divinely appointed. From the beginning of time, this moment was marked for the chosen one, a night where gifts, insights, and spiritual empowerment converge with perfect precision. This is not random. It is sacred design unfolding in perfect timing. Tonight, the chosen one experiences a convergence of energies that cannot be replicated. Angels surround, divine currents flow, and spiritual gifts awaken in a sequence that aligns destiny with divine intention. Every experience, every vision, and every sensation is tailored specifically for the chosen one's growth, protection, and empowerment. This night also reminds the chosen one of purpose. It is a call to awaken fully, embrace gifts with gratitude, and step boldly into the path prepared by God. The universe itself celebrates this alignment, creating synchronicities and moments that reinforce divine favor at every turn. Ultimately, this night is a marker in time, a spiritual milestone. The chosen one will look back and recognize this moment as the turning point where destiny shifted, potential awakened, and divine favor moved from promise into tangible reality. Divine favor tonight is intimate and personal. It is not generic blessings distributed to all. It is heaven responding to the chosen one directly. Every gift, insight, and empowerment is calibrated to the soul's unique needs, strengths, and divine mission. Ordinary blessings may comfort, but divine favor transforms. It touches the heart, strengthens the spirit, and activates hidden gifts that have waited for this precise moment. Heaven responds with intention, ensuring that the chosen one experiences both immediate transformation and long-term empowerment. Consider how this differs from worldly recognition. Awards, accolades, and human approval are fleeting, but divine favor is eternal. It shapes character, awakens purpose, and aligns life with destiny in a way that cannot be measured by human standards. This personal response from heaven is a reminder that the chosen one is deeply seen, loved, and prepared for extraordinary impact.